Today we'll look at using map data to create student goals. And for this tutorial you'll need access to your NWEA map growth report and then specifically the student profile. We'll also use the map goal setting form, which I quickly created and modified based on others that I've seen. So first we go to NWEA, we log in, we go to map growth reports. This will give you access to many different reports, but for this tutorial we're going for the student profile. We need to make sure we use the fall because it's when we're starting out to the school year to set these goals. I'm going to use a student that I know very well, my son, so I give permission that you can see his X information. And now we have his profile report, and so we have the different classes. We have mathematics, reading, language arts, science. So what I usually do at the beginning is I look at one at a time. I want to first talk about how long it took the student to take the test. It took him 23 minutes to answer a 53-question test. And so we may have a goal of slowing down during a test and having test-taking tips. That could be some goals that we'd work on with the student and then practice those things. I'd also want to know, am I seeing this in my day-to-day, in my formative assessments as well? Is he always trying to be the first one done or the first couple ones done? After we talk about how much time he's taken, I scroll down to the bottom of the report, and this gives me the graph over time. You can see his growth from the very first test that he took to the latest one. And you can see that he scored either in this green area, which is average, or above average. Sorry, it's high. It's above average. And then in this, sometimes he scored in the middle, he scored in the high, and then he had 3 tests where he scored in the top level, top range of it. But then this last test, he scored at the bottom. And so we might want to think about, okay, what happened in this area? This, of course, was COVID and HBL, so did that play a part in it? Maybe so. I click on this and it tells me more information. It shows me that he was in the 62nd percentile. Now, I've found in the 10 years of doing MAP, kids can understand the 67th, the percentile, a lot better than they can the RIT. So I'm not even going to get into how RIT is calculated. Next, I go to the instructional area. So math is broken into 4 different parts, and I would ask him, okay, which area did you score highest in? Because we want to build up his confidence at first, and so he'd say operations, algebraic thinking. What did you score lowest in? Number and operations, and we can even probe a little further of what do you think about each of these. And then we can go to the next part of the... So clicking on it brings you to this page where it will say Daniel Jackson is ready to develop these skills. So what MAP does is it tests what he knows and what he does not know, and it's decided that he falls in this range of things that he's ready to learn. And this is very student friendly, but as educators I'm going to go to standards based, and so it's going to collect the standards that he is ready to learn. Now this is a 4th grade student, and as we all know that some students, they come into our classes that they're really strong in certain areas and weaker in others. And so that's what this report will do, is it will show where he is strongest in and where he needs to develop those areas. And so what I would do next is once again find the areas that he is strongest in. So we have some 3rd grade stuff. Okay, he's on grade level for 4th grade. 5th grade, he is ready to apply some 5th grade standards. That doesn't mean he's going to go into a 5th grade classroom, but he is just ready for that. And so I'd walk him through this report and would try to find the highs, the things that he's really good at, and I'd point those out to him. And then I would try to find a list of things that he can work on. So we'd try to find the lows, and this one says he is in measurement and data. He's in a 2nd grade level for this topic. Measure the length of an object by selecting and using appropriate tools such as rulers, yardsticks, meter sticks, and measuring tapes. And I would just go through this document and just try to find 2 to 3 areas that he could work on now to help improve his score later. And then I would use my MAP goal setting document. So I would put his percentile from the fall and then try to create a goal for him for the spring. I'd say 84 would be good based on what I've seen in the past. And then we'd just find some standards to work on over the next couple of months. Now these are just the 3 that we'd pick out together, but as a teacher, whenever I'm planning things for Daniel and I know that he has free time, I would try to hit some of these other things too. And in our next video, I will show you how to connect some of the resources that we have to this MAP report.